I was like, do I have jaundice? Who doesn't want to look like a filter all the time? Okay, so this is me trying to move right now, okay? I'm really trying hard to raise my eyebrows. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I created Dolled Up by J. So in today's video, I thought it'd be fun to do a little sit down, get cozy with me and talk about procedures I've had done, because I posted in my second to last Dubai vlog if you guys wanted to see me talking about any sort of enhancements I've had, and I've had some of you DM me and I've had comments as well saying that you would like to see this type of content, and I haven't actually talked about this at all on my channel since my video from ages ago. It's an OG video, kind of when I first launched my channel. I don't know if it's still up. Sometimes I overanalyze and delete videos or archive them. It's called The Age of Instagram Face. That's a good one. I might just put it back on. But anyways, in today's video, I'm gonna discuss any procedures that I have had done. You can take me seriously with my blanket, but I've worked all day, you guys. I got home at like 7 and I'm still filming content for you because I am 100% back on YouTube and you're my priority. So I mean, obviously my job is my priority, but this is my business as well. So I want to be up to date with you guys. So basically what prompted this video is I just don't love the lack of transparency with influencers sometimes on social media, because a lot of girls just get really down on themselves from social media influencers they're following. Oh, she's so skinny, she's so pretty, look at her lips, look at her nose, da 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 da, right? So I just thought I would just tell you what I've done. Let's be transparent. Why not? I actually haven't done that much, like really. But the most recent that I have done is my lips. So I did my lips actually 2 times before. So the first time I ever did it, I did 0.25 ml, which anyone who's ever done their lips will think, what is the point of that? That's like getting breast implants that are 50 cc's, like nothing, no change. But I just wanted to try it. I wanted to try it. And I had so much bruising. The bruises lasted for like a week. It was crazy. I did this in Canada last year during the holidays, and that's when I also started Botox. So sorry, that was not last year. That was the Christmas before. So about maybe 13 months ago now. So I did Botox as well because it was starting to really bother me. I had a very defined line here, and when I was expressing myself, it was really causing makeup to sink in here. And also throughout the day, what I noticed is I was getting creases here in my makeup, and I was getting creases in what they call the 11s. And girls were telling me, you need to start doing Botox, it's preventative, da da da. And I was like, no, I don't want to start messing with my face because then I'm going to get addicted. I'm going to want to do this and this and this. And there's so many procedures now that people seem to be into that are really, really popular. And so I didn't want to get crazy, but I wanted to try it. And honestly, when I did the lips, it was really, really, really painful. They put on a numbing gel at first, and then they put this like facial like massager on your face, so it kind of distracts you. You focus on it instead while they inject you. And she literally did like 4 little injections because it was 0.25 ml. Most people get like 1 ml, you know? So I didn't see many results. Once the swelling went down, I couldn't tell any difference. And then this past summer, I added 0.5 ml around June. And I just noticed in myself, my side profile in some photos, I didn't love my lips. I wanted a little more volume, and I hate to say it, I'm just being completely honest here. Filters on Instagram, they make you look like almost the ideal version of yourself sometimes, right? To the point where when you take the filter off, you're almost like, oh my God, I'm ugly sometimes. You know what I mean? Even if you're beautiful, no one's ugly. I don't like to say anyone's ugly ever. I think that's a terrible word. I think we all have amazing qualities and assets and beauties in the eye of the beholder. You know what I mean? And I think that with filters and the age of all this editing everyone's doing, you can kind of get lost in that. So I'll be honest, like I wanted to do a little tweaking, not just because of my side profile, but I was using filters all the time. And I was like, when I would take the filters off, I'd be like, oh. And I kind of was like, I want to look like a filter all the time. I mean, why not? Who doesn't, right? Let's be honest here. Who doesn't want to look like a filter all the time? So I added 0.5. And then the lady told me, she's like, your lips, because you haven't done it in 8 months, more or less, you know, you need to top up every 6 months. So whatever you've done is maybe absorbed already into your body because it's hyaluronic acid, basically, I think, and your body metabolizes it over time. So that first 0.25 ml injection I did went away. So then I did 0.5, and I really liked the results, but she's like, trust me, once the swelling goes down, you're gonna wanna come back. And I was like, yeah. And at first, they were so swollen for like a week, a solid week. And I was just like, oh my God, it's just gonna be forever. I don't like them. And they were really like prominent on the top because she was trying to do this really trendy Russian technique they're doing in Dubai. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. They kind of try and like open the lips up from the bottom and the top. And of course, once the swelling went down, I was kind of like, oh, where are they? You know, she was right. But I know people who have done 1 ml every time they do their lips, and personally, not all of them look how I would like to look. Let's just leave it at that. You know, I'm always more for like a little bit more natural, but still you can be enhanced. I think there's nothing wrong with a little self-improvement, right? And anyone coming on this video, maybe leaving a negative comment, like I'm probably just gonna delete it because there's no room for that on this channel. I'm sorry. We're honest, we're open, we're here to have a good time, but we're not here to drag anybody down ever for any personal choices they make. This is a judgment-free zone, okay? Judgment-free channel, guys. Judgment-free channel. Let's keep it light, keep it light, keep it light. So, the lips, once the swelling went down, I was thinking, and I was like, oh, you know, I have a photo shoot coming up. I really want to do, I treated myself for my Christmas gift this year. I did a photo shoot, kind of also to relaunch this channel. As I mentioned on Instagram, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, definitely follow me. See my photos, my stories, and stuff you don't always see on YouTube. I also post TikToks. Follow me on there as well. I would love to have you. I'm trying to grow on every platform, guys. I'm going to take over. So this coming holiday season, I was starting to think, you know what? My office is shut for 2 weeks. And in the event I get a lot of swelling and bruising, no one's going to know about it. So I went after my office was shut, and I did, again, I was going to do 0.5. And the doctor said, I don't think you need 1 full ml, because I was like, yeah, I don't want to do 1 full milliliter of filler because I already did half in the summer, and it had only been about 6 months, and as it builds up in your body, it kind of lasts longer and longer, and some girls go even 1 year between top-ups, apparently. And so because I'd done it in the summer for the second time, even though it was more this time, he said, yeah, you do have some left, so you don't need a full 1 ml. So I said, do whatever you think, but I don't want to look crazy. I don't want to look like a blow-up doll. Like, no offense to anyone, but I don't want to look overdone. And some of you might watch this video and be like, I don't like your lips, they look fake, whatever, but I'm actually really happy with them. Obviously, I'm wearing lipstick right now, right? So my big thing was when I was wearing lipstick, I was usually happy with my lips, but I just didn't like, again, from the side. I just felt like they were really like thin looking, but from the front, you could overdraw them, etc. But without lipstick, or days that I just had like a sheer gloss or something like that, even a plumping gloss, it started to be like, once the plumping effect would wear off, after whatever 20 minutes they are, I'd be like, ugh, where did that go? I want that. Where did that go? And I didn't want to always have to be wearing lipstick on the weekends, or, you know, when I'm at viewings and I just want a quick splash of color on the weekends, you know, like I'm getting ready, it's more natural makeup, meeting friends, and I don't want to have full lipstick, you know, routine on, right? So that was why I did it. I wanted to kind of be ready to go all the time. And then obviously with lipstick on as well, you get that extra va-va-voom, but I wanted to have, without lipstick, still volume there, and also from the side. And I really like the shape he did. He said he did the Russian technique as well, so they kind of focus more on the top and the ends, because I've seen some lips where they kind of just do all over and ends up looking like a flat tire kind of thing. So, you know, to each their own, but that's just what I have done. Now, to give you an idea of pricing, by the way, it really varies. So when I did, I think 0.25 milliliters in Canada, it was like, still I think they charged me like $150 Canadian, so maybe like almost 110 US. And then when I did 0.5 here, I got a really good deal because I went to a girl who wasn't as well known, which like was a huge mistake. You should never skip out on your face, you know. But my friend was going, so I thought it was fine. Didn't go back to her though, just out of like, I got paranoid after. I think I paid maybe $250 for 0.5 ml Canadian, so maybe 200-ish US. And then when I did this last time, I did 0.75 actually. We went up a little because he did 0.5, and then he's like, I think we could do 0.75 but not 1. He's like, we can do 0.5 now, you can come back in a week and do the rest. I was like, yeah, but then I'm gonna have to be swollen and bruised again. I don't want to deal with that. Let's just do it all today, and then I don't have to worry about it for months and months. So I paid about, I think, $500 for 0.75. And beauty treatments in Dubai are very expensive. Nails are double the price, hair color and extensions are like basically double the price. extension's about the same, the color is double compared to Canada anyways. So all these treatments are expensive here, which is just giving you an idea. I'm not sure what people pay in the US or the UK for these things, but 0.75 ml of filler was about, yeah, maybe 300 something pounds, to give you an idea. I don't know the exact calculation. So Botox, I think in Canada I got about 30 units in my forehead. So I did here, they do the tops, and then that's what I started with. And I was told that was a lot. And to be honest, when I first got it, it was a really big adjustment because I wasn't used to not being able to move my forehead. I would get like almost tension, like I would feel like tension, like my muscles were trying to move, and I'd be sitting on the couch like, I'm so uncomfortable, like why, like it was actually really annoying for the first like 10 days, to be honest with you. Like, well, once it's settled. Botox usually takes, I think, about a week or so to kick in. Sometimes it can be sooner, sometimes it can be later. But this last time that I did it, I actually was noticing my forehead was moving, and I did it before New Year's. You know, when I said to the doctor, I was like, I don't want to enter 2023 with forehead movement, you know? So, I mean, not that I want to be plastic fantastic, but like, okay, so this is me trying to move right now, okay? Like I'm really trying hard to raise my eyebrows. But he left it so I could do this. Like I'm angry at you, I'm angry at the camera. I'm really trying, guys, I'm trying. But before, my forehead was still moving a lot, but he said he didn't want to do too much because sometimes people's eyebrows can droop. So he did just a little extra kind of up here, and then he did in here, but not too much. And then also one thing that I started doing since summer is when I was getting the smile, the crow's feet here, they have Botox they put here, so that way when you smile, like, it's still like, I'm smiling, like, I'm happy, I'm smiling, right? I'm smiling. I mean, I'm talking to you while I'm smiling, but okay, I'll try and smile. That's so like forced, oh my god. So obviously you can still smile, right? But it just doesn't make this like crinkle up, so you don't get that fine line build up over time. You don't get your makeup creasing, and I don't get creases here anymore ever. I don't get creases here. It literally used to be after 2 hours I would have to like dab and blot and reblend sometimes, especially in the summer in Dubai in the heat. Oh my gosh, any of you that live in hot climates will know the struggle with this. So I just really wanted to have no movement, to have to stop honestly the creasing and also the preventative nature of Botox, right? But I think it's about every 4 to 6 months you're supposed to redo it. That's when I've redone it anyway. So this past time when I did it, yeah, I hadn't had it. It was since, I think, June or July. So it was July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, I waited 6 months. So it was basically all gone, and I was like fully expressive. And I mean, some people might prefer to have expression. Obviously, when you watch movies and you can tell the actors, they don't have any emotion, right? Because they've had so much done. It's a bit of like, but to each their own. I kind of like the look of it though. I like it. Everything's just smooth and nice. The only thing I am a bit insecure about lately is I'm noticing some smile lines, especially on this side. My makeup does sink in, and I asked the doctor about filler there, and he said I wouldn't recommend filler for you yet. Also, I had a few friends that had issues with filler migrating on their face, which freaks me out. I know for lips, it's a thing as well. If they overfill your lips, you can get the filler migration, where it's basically like, it just looks like a beige slug is living under your skin, honestly, under your lips. And that's when people get too much filler too soon. Your body can't really handle it, and it just spreads out beyond the lips. So this can also happen with regular fillers. I'm no expert. Don't take this as expert advice by any means at all. I'm not educated in this. It's just my own research, experience, talking to people, etc., right? Facial fillers, I've heard mixed things. So the next procedure I did also in December that I wanted to try because it was an area of insecurity of mine, especially when I have hooded eyes, but also my under eyes have always been subject to creasing. It's just genetic. It's just the way my face is structured. So the skin folds, right? So I've never been a girl that can just put on concealer, blend it, and go out the door. No, I need to always set the under eyes or else the concealer will crease. And most people have the same thing as well. That's why makeup companies make so much money, and why beauty YouTube of 2016, 2017, 2018 was such a crazy thing. It was like the latest setting powders, setting sprays. Do you put eyeshadow primer under your eyes, right? Trying to stop the creasing. And I wanted to go and get under eye filler because a friend of mine did it and she had perfect results, but we had different facial structures. But then another friend of mine had filler where it migrated and she had it dissolved twice and she still has like a little lump on one of the under eye areas. Like, it's crazy. So what the doctor told me, he looked at me and he's like, I honestly don't think you need under eye filler because you don't have hollow under eyes. And I was like, really? But I was like, well, why do I have creasing? Like, I don't want to have any under eye wrinkles whatsoever. I want to look perfect. Because what happens, obviously, if you set your under eye makeup, you're gonna look older, right? If you have no makeup on, if I have no makeup on whatsoever, I might not feel my best, my absolute best, confident enough to go into the office with no makeup on, see clients, right? But I do actually look a bit younger because my skin has less visible fine lines, because when you put product on top and then you set it with a powder, it looks drier. So automatically you're gonna look a bit older, right? So there's some mornings when sometimes I've maybe gone in a little too much with the powder, or I've not mixed the right concealer powder combo, and I'm like, oh, I look older on the under eyes. So I was starting to get a bit self-conscious of that. So long story short, I did this procedure called, it's a collagen boost. I forget what the product is called, but it's basically collagen boost. It's not a filler, it's like a peptide and collagen boost. I think it's kind of like a bit of BS now, to be honest. So I didn't have a good experience with it. So basically what they do is, instead of a needle, they put a calendula? No, that's the T. Candula, I think. Anyways, it's that blunt edge needle. So they put it underneath the eye from the side and underneath, and they inject you with the peptide and collagen, and you need to go for 3 treatments. 1 every 2 weeks, and then after that, only 1 touch-up every 6 months. So for 1 treatment, it was about, I want to say, $350 Canadian, about 310 US-ish. The Botox, by the way, was about, I want to say, like $250 Canadian, 300-ish. So kind of the same-ish as home, I think. I don't know. I only remember buying it once there. I think it was about the same price. Depends on how many units, how many areas. It's all different, right? It's not one price for everything. I can't give that to you. So he did under here, and he did here and here with this peptide stuff. And then I noticed, he's like, you're gonna have swelling for the next 24 hours. So I actually had a scheduled appointment at 11 a.m. and I had a viewing at 12 p.m. that day. And it was literally by the grace of God that the clients were early by like 45 minutes. And I was like with the doctor, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep them waiting. Why don't I come back, meet with them, view with them, they're just next door, and then come back. And for anyone wondering, I've been going to Eden Derma Clinic in Business Bay. So if anyone wants to go there in Dubai, let me know, because if you DM me and I refer you, I get 50% off, but you get 15% off anything you want as well. So let me know. I love it there. Huge, huge facility. It's beautiful. But because I have a birthmark here, but I'm so happy I didn't do this viewing, because after we did this treatment with the collagen and the peptide under the eyes, he said it would be totally smooth after 3 treatments. I did notice a slight reduction in fine lines. I did, but the benefits do not outweigh the costs for me. So what happened is I got little tiny needle punctures here, just little, like as if you got pricked with something, right? It's a calendula, whatever it is, it's that, right? So that was giving me little pricks. And then what happened is I got kind of really yellowish bruising underneath like 3 or 4 days later. And it was like, I was like, do I have jaundice? Like, it was like yellow. It was a bruise, but it wasn't a purple bruise at least. But I'm so happy I didn't go to those viewings before, right? So then what also happened to me, the swelling was, it took probably actually 3 days to go down. He told me 24 hours or a couple of hours. He said, couple of hours, or worst case by this time tomorrow. And I was like, okay. 3rd day, I was like, why hasn't the swelling gone down that much on one eye? Because I don't know if you guys can tell, but in some of my videos without makeup, I have a birthmark here, and this is a lot of little capillaries and things that never really, they just kind of formed when I was a baby, and I never got it removed because I thought it was a bit unique. So if you see any of my videos where I'm not wearing makeup, sometimes you'll see my birthmark. So it is here, and because I think of all those capillaries and everything, something with my birthmark just caused this product to stay swollen underneath just my birthmark after the rest of the swelling went down. And it was like that for almost 2 weeks. And every day I was texting them photos, and I was like, look with makeup, you can see it's a bump. Look, like, what do I do? Do I dissolve this? What do I do? They're like, oh, the doctor says give it 1 more week. And I'm like, what? Like 1 more week? And I had my staff Christmas party. I did this eye procedure and the Botox before my office closed, and then I went back for my lips and a Botox top up because I didn't want to go in the new year with like crinkles, you know? So he didn't do like as much Botox as I wanted. He wanted me to be more natural. Sorry, doctor. But yeah, so I did this under eye procedure just before my staff Christmas party. So I had kind of like a raised area here, and I was self-conscious about it. Anyways, by New Year's, it was totally gone, but they told me don't massage it, don't touch it, don't do anything. But I was like, okay, I was kind of just playing the waiting game. And then they were offering for me, you know, if you want to come in, we can try and do something, dissolve it, or the doctor can assess. But by then the swelling had already gone down. And when I saw him for my next appointment, he said, oh, maybe I'll just use like a different product. But I was like, honestly, I don't want to be testing different things on my face. Like, it's my face, it's my eyes, you know? So for now, I'm shelving that. Maybe in the future, I'll revisit with a different product. I don't remember what it was called because it's supposed to be actually really good, but if I was a regular person who didn't have a birthmark, I would have been swollen for about, 3 days. Not horribly. The first few hours and the next morning were the worst. Not so much that you have an allergic reaction, but just there's visible little puffiness, okay? And then by day 3, it's subsided, except I had the bump. So I honestly wanted to try it the next 2 sessions and see really the full results. I only saw 1/3 of the results, so that's another thing, okay? So that's what I had done that I don't entirely recommend. Just because of my experience, I would just be really careful with your eye area. Now the last thing I've had done that I'll touch on briefly, I don't really necessarily feel super comfortable talking about it because some of my coworkers now know I have a YouTube channel, but I'm just gonna put it out there anyways. Obviously my boobs I had done. I'm not gonna like show you them, but I have some pictures on my Instagram with cleavage and some videos where sometimes I have cleavage, so you can do your own research, but I'm not gonna flash you right now, okay? It's not to the channel. So I did my boobs about, I wanna say 4 years ago. And I went to a really, really good doctor in Vancouver. I did a lot of research, a lot of research, because the reason I wanted to do my boobs is I have a very athletic frame. I don't have so much of a tapered waist that you see on Instagram, influencers, and they, you know, whether or not that's real or edited for some of these girls, but some of them are very tall, statuesque women with tapered waists, right? And I never had that. So for me, I was always like a very small B. And I just didn't feel super feminine. I was really into like running and working out and all of that, and I always had a natural butt. Like that was really, really God-given to me. I didn't have to work much for it. I've had that given to me, but I was not gifted with the boobs I wanted. And I didn't even do it for men. Like some people think women get breast implants to get male attention and this and that. I mean, yeah, sure, you get that, but I didn't do it for that at all. I wanted to look more proportionate. I hated swimsuit shopping. I felt so self-conscious. I remember one time I was in Hawaii ages ago, and I went into this really nice bikini store, and the materials were beautiful, and I was so excited to try their brand. And the lady was like, oh, these styles would be better for you you have small chests. And I was like, hi guys, sorry the camera died, but I pretty much covered all of it. The procedures I've done to my face. Also, I do have my boobs done, of course. Anyways, love the results. If you have any other questions, just leave a comment below. But it is now late and I'm a little bit tired, so I will see you in the next video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to comment, like the video, and subscribe to my channel for more fashion, beauty, and Dubai lifestyle content. All right, guys, miss you, love you, see you soon.